Thank you for joining us for another Startland News Weekly update brought to you in partnership with Landmark National Bank. I'm Austin Barnes. Here are the stories you might have missed this week. Newly filed legislation in Missouri would give a boost to Show Me State entrepreneurs, or at least spark a robust conversation about how policy can support new business and hiring growth, says Missouri State Representative Travis Fitzwater. His Right to Start bill hopes to establish a state office of entrepreneurship to help oversee efforts aimed at jump-starting workforce readiness. Fitzwater thanking the Victor Wong-led Right to Start movement, advocates at Next Missouri, and the Missouri Department of Economic Development for helping inspire the legislation. In a tweet praising Fitzwater's leadership, Wong describes the bill as a comprehensive law to boost entrepreneurs statewide, including lending, taxes, economic development, and government contracts. The state's Department of Economic Development currently supports entrepreneurs and startups largely through the Missouri Technology Corporation. A new era has entered the ring as an entrepreneur fights to bring inclusivity to Kansas City's legacy-rich professional wrestling community in the midst of an all-out brawl in his own battle against stage 4 brain cancer. Everyone is welcome at our show, says owner of Journey Pro KC, DJ Stewart, describing his wrestling and event company's commitment to creating a welcoming atmosphere in a traditionally exclusive, macho-minded industry. A full feature on Stewart is live now on StartlandNews.com. An oversubscribed $8.2 million seed round means one thing for Kansas City-based Triple Blind. Its data privacy solution is of critical importance. Local venture firms Casey Rise Fund and Flyover Capital renewing their support from a pre-seed funding round in November. Accenture Ventures joined them. Co-founder Riddiman Das teased the funding round earlier this year when the company was named one of Startland News' 10 Kansas City startups to watch in 2021. For more on those stories, you can visit StartlandNews.com 24/7. There you'll also find information on becoming a monthly supporter of Startland News nonprofit newsroom. For more on Triple Blind, stay tuned after this video for a full interview from Kansas City startups to watch in 2021.
All right, we're here with Doss from Triple Blind. Could you tell us a little bit about Triple Blind?
Yeah, Triple Blind does enterprise privacy as a service. What that means is we allow access to data that has historically been locked away for privacy or regulatory or compliance risks, and allow access to algorithms that have been locked away because of reverse engineering or intellectual property risks, and we allow them to come together in an open platform where they can interact with each other in a way that was never before possible. We have a cryptographic platform that enables this to do this, and we've got some really awesome traction out in the market today. We just announced a deal with the Mayo Clinic where they're training all of their new AI algorithms enabled by Triple Blind technology, as well as a partnership with Accenture where they're selling us into their Global 2000 customers.
Yeah, that kind of leads in. I was curious, you had this really big investment in November of 2020, so how are you going to use that momentum going into this new year?
Yeah, so we are what you would call one of those deep tech companies where we have a lot of technology that we've invented, and now it's about going to market with that. So 2021 looks like a very heavy go-to-market year for us, where we're going to go to customers, prove out the use cases, prove out the value, and then hopefully scale from there.
Yeah, and can you explain how this technology can make an impact in the healthcare field?
Yeah, so Triple Blind has application in healthcare as well as financial services. In healthcare, as we see, all the data is regulated. Our personal health information lies in a variety of places, our primary care institutions, our hospitals, our diagnostic centers, and sometimes even other non-healthcare information is also important to try to determine a healthcare outcome, right? So what Triple Blind does is it allows all of that data to be used for the latest and greatest diagnostic models or other artificial intelligence applications so that you can make a more accurate prediction of whether a person has a particular disease condition or might need a particular treatment, as opposed to not having that data and having a biased algorithm that does not generalize to need populations. As an example, we work with a particular healthcare institution that will say their patients are older, whiter, and sicker than average, right? So then inherently there is a bias if they use just their own data to train their own algorithms. What TripleBlind is enabling them to do is access a global repository of data in the UAE, in Singapore, in Israel, and all these countries that have data privacy and residency laws, but then that privacy is cryptographically enforced so that that data may be used for analysis. In a similar way, in financial services, we help competitive financial institutions come together to fight financial crime without giving away their proprietary information about their customers. So you can imagine a scenario where two banks that would compete normally for deposit accounts, but where you might have a checking account at one institution and a mortgage at the other institution, they could come together to fight financial crime without giving away the fact that you might have an account at both places.
All right, those are some great examples.
Thank you.
And lastly, I just want to know what sets TripleBlind apart from other solutions?
Yeah, TripleBlind is the fastest and the most scalable and the most interoperable solution for privacy out there in the market today. The motivation for TripleBlind came when I was in a corporate venture capital role for Ant Group, the large financial services company out of China, the sister company of Alibaba. And what Ant had was 2.5 billion users around the world in 40 countries worldwide. And it ran into massive privacy challenges as it was trying to abide by the Indian right to privacy, the Chinese privacy law, the European Union's GDPR, and it didn't have a good solution to work at 2.5 billion user scale. So after my time with Ant, I set out to build the world's most scalable and the fastest privacy platform.